All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have for you game number 2 in this best of 3. We're starting out with the introductions in the lower right-hand corner with the players currently down by 1 game in the most beautiful color you have ever seen. It is not I Love You, it is Cold Scars from StarCraft Ascension, SCA.
Up in the top left-hand corner with my microphone turned on, we have the red Zerg. Defending that 2 racks admirably is Acer.Nerchio.
My name is Ord. That guy with the far better accent is Flamga SC2. He's the one who designed this sexy overlay. We're both casters from BaseTradeTV. Find us, the rest of our content, youtube.com/mapcontrolco. And now we have cross positions on this map, and as our resident Zerg player, Flamga, what would you do here?
It's Star Station. It's a pretty big map. The standard fast expand works really well, pretty much on every map anyway. In this instance, I reckon a 2 racks would work better. Because look, you can hug the wall, and that's a really important thing, especially against the Zerg player. If you can hug that wall, force the links to go around, make them take a longer path to your Marines, you could do so much more damage. But again, Nerchio gonna go for that fast expansion, and as him, look, I wouldn't be too stressed at all. We saw how well he defended all that aggression early game, so I reckon we're just gonna see that standard 2 base. I would like to see 2 base muter, but I reckon 3 base. I just think 3 base, because right now, look, Nerchio doesn't have to play aggressive. 2 base muter, very strong if it plays out well, but it's also very easy to stuff up and end up with, well, got mutilus, but what can I do with them? I can't do anything because, well, he's got Marines and he's got turrets, or he's got Thors out, or he's got something out. It's very easy to counter at that timing if you know they're coming.
I see your point. And then we do have SCAColdScars get in, and a little bit of chat there because the drone was going back and forth, just trying to make sure that no shenanigans was happening. And says he does it every game, but he didn't do it last game. But yeah, no worries.
Yeah, actually, I will admit, it is a very common thing. This is going back in the day, but I thought, what, I'm going to learn how to 2 racks as a Terran, because, that helps you. If you know how to 2 racks as a Terran, you know how to defend it, because you can see the disadvantages. So, did that, and there was a map replay pack one guy put together of 2 racks. Again, there's a fair few Nerchio replays, and everyone, he actually did do that. So, back in the day, he did. Now, looks like 50-50, but I'd say it'd be a pretty common thing, and you sort of have to, especially against a more aggressive player.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad choice at all. We have both players with an expansion down. 4 Zerglings were produced. We've seen Nerchio go without any Zerglings, get 2, get 4. He's got all sorts of little differences in his opening. Ooh, little miscontrol there. He does find out that there's a bunker full of Marines, though, at the cost of a Zergling.
Well, I mean, look, really, you could do that with your Overlord as well. If you move it up slightly, you can see it. It depends on your preferred method to check it, I suppose. If you're, in general, you mostly check it with Lings anyway, because most maps, that's the safest way to do it. But in seeing that, it's like, well, there's not much I can do, and probably the most common thing we're going to see, Hellion follow-up.
Yeah,
and
behind this expansion, it's very solid, and then I wouldn't be surprised at all. Yep, Starport going down over there, and we might see Hellbat tropes actually behind that. I would really... Oh, instead of Hellion, it's going to be Widowmine first.
Oh, actually, I agree with that.
And Tech Lab.
I think...
Does that mean Banshee?
Oh. Hang on here. Okay, I'm a bit confused. Banshee? I don't know. I'd like to see Widowmine drops would be really good here. That could work out really well, especially against lots of 2 base Zerg. He might get Lair soon, but he's not going to have much to defend. So that's going to be okay. And sorry, no 3 base now for Nerchio. Or having those Widowmines is a good wall. He could end up attacking me, so I'm going to defend. No, we're going to get Stim Pack early.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, that's what I was confused. I'm like, it wouldn't be Banshee. I mean, that's actually a good question. When was the last time someone actually saw a Terran player go fast Banshee?
Ooh, it's been a while.
It's been a long time. Unless someone goes, well, hang on, it happened last week on this game, and be like, oh, well, there goes my point. But I think Widowmine drops, Hellbat drops are a lot more effective than Banshees. I mean, unless you're not expecting it, but, you know, well, it's just when do you do something just so someone doesn't expect it? And a nice kill there by that Marine, kill the Zergling just in time.
Just barely in time, actually. That medevac was a pixel out of sight. So it's so far undetected, and this other Zergling, if he only had speed, he may have seen it, but no, he does not. Oh, and the hero Marine with 1 life left.
Marines OP.
And
they are. Medevac has been spotted. It's going straight in. Will Nerchio react in time? One Widowmine has been deployed in the third base, another in the mains, but now that the laird's finished,
so far, he's just targeting
detection's up, detection's up.
Oh, that other Widowmine, if only it had held on for one more moment, it would definitely have got that queen. The other Widowmine does get 3 kills, but so far out of 4 Widowmines, only 3 kills. It's not a very good trade.
Yeah, that's really disappointing. Okay, so he had those spore crawls up well in time, which is really interesting. But I suppose, look, you're going to have to assume at some point, okay, he's not going for that early aggression. What's the next most common thing? Drops. I mean, Hellbat drops Hellion, Widowmine, Marines. There's just so much you can do. But look, that's not the end of the world. ColdScars did have his third building up behind that. And you know what? It's down there. It's going to be mining soon. And then both players are going to be sort of even again. Assuming he gets that economy going, because it is what, 49 versus 71 workers. It's a very big difference at the moment.
Wow, it is. Mineral rate, even with 2 mules at the same time, is still in Nerchio's favor, so that's surprising. Honestly, the third command center is about to become an orbital, so that'll even things up. And there's a Viking patrolling around the outside, cleaning up a couple of free... Now Nerchio does not like this Marine at the Xel'Naga, sends 4 roaches to kill him, and he survives! This hero Marine here.
1 health. 1 health.
He refuses to go down. I love this guy. Oh, and he gets healed as well. He's going to get back into the action with full life. Vikings still patrolling around, trying to find something, anything to kill. There's really not a lot of forward overlords, only 1 more that's easily targeted, but behind this, Nerchio is getting pathogen glands, +2 carapace, +2 melee, 4 infestors on the way at the same time the Baneley nest is on the way. He's really got a lot of gas invested in what he's doing. He's gonna probably need another base, actually.
We're gonna see late game Ultralisk. Oh, that's gonna be sick.
It would be a lot of fun. I want to see Ultralisk drop harass. I still want to see that.
Ultralisk drop, like it's actually happened, or
I don't even know if it's possible. You're the Zerg player. I thought you were about to tell me it wasn't. That's sad.
Well, okay, well, I suppose you could, but it'd sort of be pointless. I mean, I don't know. The Ultralisk attack fast enough that they don't really need to be dropped like maybe like siege tanks. But Fungal Growth got beautiful fungals
on everything. Widowmines do manage to actually kill a ton of Zerglings, and they would have got a lot of team kill there, except it didn't matter because they were all fungled anyway and gonna die. So kind of an even exchange overall. That was just before Combat Shield kicked in. That would have made a large difference, honestly. And where are these overseers going? What's up with that? Okay, the Zerglings are following up from behind. These bunkers look threatening, but there's nothing inside of them. ColdScars really doesn't have a lot of ground troops, but at least he's got this 1 bunker back home. A lot of players would have salvaged that by now, so I was honestly surprised when I saw it. But Infestors also pushing forward, as well as Zerglings at the 3rd base, and so the SCVs have to be pulled. They are going to probably get into the safety and security. Maybe, oh, just barely missing being slaughtered by their own team killing Widowmines. Did you see that replay of 4GG, by the way? Hold position happens on the SCVs now, and Stim.
Oh man, I've just been listening to you. I'm like, man, there's just so much destruction happening here, and Nerchio's just going to keep streaming units across the map. The remainder of the melee upgrades will be finishing soon, but no Ultralisk in production just yet.
There are a few positives, though. At the very northern part of the map here, north center, there is a drop going on that's going to kill that base, and there is another base that's going to be finished up to the left-hand side. As long as SCAColdScars kills off these couple of last annoying Zerglings, he's stabilized quite nicely from something that looked game-ending. That
was really nice. Actually, a lot of people got in the chat, so I actually want to address this because I'm thinking to myself, oh my god, I'm an idiot. But yeah, so Ultralisk drops, yeah, cool. When we're going, can we do Ultralisk drop and all that? I was thinking maybe Ultralisk drop micro where you put it down, it would attack, and then you'd pick it up again, and then you'd put it down again and it'd attack and pick it up again. I've seen it with tanks, I've seen it with that, and I'm thinking, how would that work with an Ultralisk? It would. And then I'm just like, that doesn't work. But then, yes, you can drop Ultralisks, and I was like, man, I am an idiot.
It would be so much fun. I want to see that like become a standard.
I reckon at some point that's going to become a standard with some units, but there are just some units that's just not going to be worth it. Just Ultralisk are out on the field. I should say this.
Yes, they are, and this planetary is not going to get finished. Almost a good thing. He gets to lift off and live to fight another day. Or live to be mined to another day. Nerchio really kind of unfazed by losing that base to the north. He wasn't about to saturate it anyway. He set up another fourth that he's done nothing with so far, and he's posturing a lot of his army in the center forward part of the map. And then look at his creep spread too, Flamga. That's very nice.
Oh man, like, I was actually going to comment early on about the 10-minute mark. He was nearly halfway across the map. He's focusing on it so much, and it's really paying off now. His units can just fly straight to his opponent's base.
We're about to get +3 finishing up for Nerchio, and he's going to have a good 100 seconds where Terran does not have that +3. And so, yeah, here he goes, funneling in from all sides. A couple of Zerglings, a lot of Ultras, and some Overseers, some Fungals going down, but great spread, great concave so far from SCAColdScars. However, there's just nothing to deal with the 5-3 Titan's Blading Ultralisk. Just not enough Marauders. Retreating and retreating again as SCAColdScars up higher and higher on the ramp. Finally finds a position.
Did you see that? Nerchio dropping in Changelings to box his opponent in.
Yes.
Man, that is sick. And GG, Nerchio will take game number 2. Oh man, I'm just watching that going, the Marines will get on the ramp, they're going to be okay there, and they're going to be able to retreat behind the wall, and then just Changelings just being dumped in behind them. Whole position, what are you going to do now? And even better, they won't attack them, you have to manually target. How was that? That is just, that is just insane. I've got nothing to say, that was just insane.
Changeling Force